Hello people, I'm the Comic Book Gamer. Today I'm going to be reviewing Superman Truth is Chapter 5, which is Action Comics issue number 42. Now, I will be getting into spoilers for this issue, so there you've been warned. Anyways, this issue starts off where issue number 41 left off. The police are going to go and try to clear out Kentville. If you don't know what Kentville is the block of the apartment building where Clark Kent used to live in Metropolis. But since everyone knows he's Superman there, like all the Superman supporters go there and they camp out there because they're like, hey, we support Superman, because a lot of people hate Superman right now. So yeah, Superman is also still fighting this shadow monster. And it's a pretty cool fight seeing him go against this shadow monster and the way he's talking in his head. There's one part he's trying to figure out how to beat it, and then he's like, okay, I know. He sort of leashes the monster, drives it towards this gas truck. He's like, okay, I got this, and then suddenly I remember I'm not as invulnerable as I used to be, and he tries to get out of Dodge. He's like, oh crap, this truck's gonna explode, I need to get out of here. And then it explodes, and Superman's like, oh crap, it sends him flying up in the air. He's like, I almost feel like I'm flying again. And it was just a really cool fight. I really liked being in Superman's head. He was back to being more like Superman, instead of just being like damn it hell like constantly like he was in the prior issues of Truth. But in this issue, he's not really like that. He's more the Superman we know, and I really like seeing that. And then we go back and we see that there's a standoff at the Metropolis, at Kentville, and everyone's trying to be peaceful at Kentville. Like the chick from the last issue is just like, okay, everyone, we just need to calm down. I'm gonna sit down. Everyone else sit down, so that way, you know, they can't do anything. We're not protesting or being stupid or anything. We're not gonna go against these people. We're just gonna sit down. So they try that, and then the police keep coming after him. And Superman finally gets there, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna stand up for these people. And he tells them, guys, back off, because he names like everyone in this like precinct, and he's like, hey, I saved you from Brainiac. Hey, remember when Lex Luthor was threatening Metropolis and I saved you? And he like says all this stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, Superman's kind of a good guy. And then this special force from the police comes, the MPD. I don't remember what they're called. They're Metro SWAT. That's what they're called. But yeah, they're Metropolis Police Department Metro SWAT unit. They come out, they're like these super-powered SWAT guys. They just start beating the living crap out of Superman. And Superman's just like, okay, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm not gonna do anything. You're just beating the crap out of me. It's fine. But then when they start attacking the people, that's when Superman's fed up with it. Because beating Superman up is one thing. He's fine with that. He stand up for the people. But when they start beating civilians up, Superman is not having it anymore, and he just goes straight up to the leader of them and punches him straight in the face. Like, it's awesome. Punches him straight in the face, like, you know, I'm done with this. And Jimmy Olsen's like, ew, because Jimmy didn't think he would, you know, start fighting police officers. When Jimmy sees it's like, oh. And I could see this as splitting some Superman fans up, but for me personally, I'm on the side of, I think this is okay, because Superman, when they were punching Superman, he was fine with it. I mean, obviously, he wasn't too happy because, like, he was taking a beating, but he was doing it for the people. But then they started hurting civilians, and that's when Superman drew the line. He's like, enough of this. You're not going to be hurting these people. You are police. You're supposed to be protecting them. So he just goes and punches the guy straight in the face. Now I know next like issue or something that's going to be a big controversy thing. Like, they're going to be like, Superman punched a police officer. Superman shouldn't do that. He's got all his power. He's supposed to be better than all of us. He's not supposed to do this. And it's going to make Superman look really bad. But I liked what he did there. And this issue is the best issue of Truth yet. I really like this issue. It was really good. Like, all the other issues haven't been too great. Some of them were alright, but this one I really liked. I actually generally enjoyed this issue. Superman, I think it was issue 42 or issue 41, I don't remember, but the chapter 4 of Truth, the newest Superman one, I didn't cover it, but that issue wasn't that bad either. It had a really interesting story, because that's showing like the lead up to Superman losing his powers and well, being in a weakened state of his powers. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Superman Truth Chapter 5. If you read it, please let me know in the comments below what are your guys' thoughts on it. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like.